Hi, welcome to this short video on what is I in mathematics. We will start by trying to solve this quadratic using the quadratic formula. So x equals minus b, which is minus 10, plus or minus square root b squared, which is 100, minus 4 times 10 times 3, all over 2a, which is 2 times 10. Four times 10 times 3 equals 120. So x equals minus 10 plus or minus square root minus 20, all divided by 20. So x equals minus 10 over 20, which is minus a half. Then plus or minus square root minus 20 over 20. This is equivalent to 2 root 5 over 20 times root minus 1 over 20. Again, this equals minus half plus or minus root minus 1. Then the 2 root 5 over 20 becomes root 5 over 10. We're left with square root minus 1, which doesn't seem to work, as you can't square root a negative number. So we call this term the imaginary number I. Now we rewrite the answer using I instead of square root minus 1, and we get minus a half plus or minus I root 5 over 10. So we've solved an equation with no real roots, and the answer we've got is called the imaginary roots. So I equals root minus 1. Now let's look at some examples using I. For example, 2i. What does 2i equal? Well, this is 2 lots of square root minus 1. This therefore equals square root minus 4. Now what about root minus 2? This equals root 2 times root minus 1. Therefore equals root 2i. Or how about I squared? Well, I squared is root minus 1 times root minus 1. So root minus 1 squared just equals minus 1. So I squared equals minus 1. Back to the original question, what is I? Well, I equals square root minus 1.